What's happening, my fellow subscribers? I know I haven't been on here in a while. Was on, of course, Boss Man's Live Trucking City Media just yesterday night. Um, I didn't get around to doing a live, but I figured this would be something new. I could give it a try and see what happens. I'm not using the normal way, which is through StreamYard as a rule. I'm just going straight on through trying out how YouTube does their live system. Um, Figured I might have a friend or two maybe come on to join me. I don't know if they're going to show up or not. I've invited a few, but we'll see. This is just kind of a sit back, laid back, let's just have fun and talk night. That's what this is all about. That's why it's late night on Grumpy's Couch show. I've done one of these with another platform. Wasn't too bad. Um, this particular platform, I don't know. I've not done one late at night, but hey, if I got viewers out there that are up and around and don't have to go to work in the morning, which sometimes happens, I definitely would be glad to have them come in and chat with me and just have some fun. But yeah, this is just all new as far as having a late night show with Grumpy. Like I said, I don't know how to work out, and my background just is a theme I decided to use for the night since, technically Monday night or Monday actually was St. Patty's Day. Those out on the West Coast or even further back, it's still St. Patty's Day for them. Those that celebrate anyhow. Um, but yeah, I don't know if any of my fellow friends will be on here or not. I really don't. Yeah. Well, I see I've got a few people watching. That's wonderful. Glad to see you in. Um, don't know. I'm trying to figure out where comments are hiding at. If there's any way to comment. Let's see here. Okay. Yeah, it's on. I just gotta have somebody comment if they're gonna comment. Well, anyhow, I'm glad to have three eyeballs. Now one eyeballs. Sorry. Just wanted to see what's going on. Welcome in there. We'll just say I can't really pronounce your name, but welcome in, Mister. No, sir. No, sir. I am not. Thanks for asking, but no. I'm often mistaken by being known as either Amish or Mennonite, but I'm neither one of those either. I'm actually Scottish with blood heritage, so no, I'm not. I'm not Muslim. I'm sorry. No, nothing personal against them, but no, I'm pretty much a Heinz 57, but I'm not a Muslim. No, I'm sorry. Thanks for asking. Let's see. Well, anybody else coming in? Got 17 people now. Great, great. Hey, I'm open for any kind of questions, any kind of suggestions. Got any ideas we can chat about? As long as they're YouTube friendly, we must keep it that way. I am willing to, you know, chat about it. Welcome in, Biker for Life or Bike for Life. How you doing? If you're anything like me, you're up for the night and just figured you just watch a live. Sounds good. Everybody can hear me okay, right? I hope so. I'm not sure. I didn't get to check my mic or anything. Hello, gaming team. Welcome in. Thank you. I appreciate that. Needed the mic check. I am. I am. I am orange and black and white. through and through. That's my favorite team. Thank you for asking. uh, all right, good. I'm glad because, like I said, I wasn't sure if you were going to be able to hear me well or not. I'm going to tap on this mic, and you tell me if you hear it. Could you hear me tap the mic? Yeah, especially the closer you get to Norman, you see a lot more of that because that's, of course, where they're stationed out of. Stillwater is where OSU's out of. Um, I do not reside in either one of those areas, but I will say I live in green country here in Oklahoma. Um, Green country pertains to quite a bit of the northeastern side of Oklahoma. All right, thank you. I appreciate the mic check to make sure everything's working great. Like I said, this is the first time I've used YouTube's live straight through. Usually I use StreamYard. I just figured I'd throw this together and give it a test, see how well it went. Not sure how well it'll go, but I wanted to see if it worked out great. I'm glad to see people coming in and checking my live out. Um, and if you all have any ideas of what we can talk about, as long as it's YouTube friendly, let's talk. A number 15 and a large Coke. Sure. I'll get right on that. uh, all right, biker for life. Glad you could stop by. Appreciate it. Have a good one. You like my Amish beard? Well, it does resemble Amish. I will give you that. My deal is though I'm actually Scottish, unfortunately. But thank you. This is Chickasha and Blanchard. If y'all have ever heard of it. Yeah, I have. Of course, almost 46 years of living in this state. You know, I was born here and raised here, so yeah, I pretty much know. If I don't know it, I could probably find it pretty easy. And if I don't know it, that's usually because it's a town that nothing's really ever happened in, which could be a good thing. uh, oh, okay, you're tuning in to some lives. Great, great. Always glad to have people tune into my lives and check them out. Like I said, I've never done one this late at night. Honestly, usually the latest I've ever done was with Boss Man on Truckin' City Media, which is usually, I think, I want to say we had one around 8 o'clock my time, 9 o'clock his time, and we ran about an hour. His lives usually run an hour and a half generally at the most. And most of my lives, whenever I do them through StreamYard, if they're going great and I've got a lot of people, I wind up running almost 2 hours long. And I have had one that, was my premiere when I first started doing lives that lasted almost 3 hours. But it was going so great, I didn't want to, leave, but I wound up leaving it, and I used to do one every Sunday. I try to, but I've had a lot of things go on within the last couple of months, and it's just been a rat race with me. But like I said, this is all new to me. I wanted to come on here and uh, hmm, I believe that's a character I've seen on a video or two. I believe that's what it. Yeah, uh huh. Yeah. And I also know I've seen in another person's shorts video, for some reason they had one for sale at a TA. Imagine that. Imagine that. But yeah, I tell you what. It's, uh, We have had several fires around in our area. Some of them have been pretty well contained, but we had a lot of good winds today too, so it just sparked them right back up. That is the bad part about living in a very windy state. Whenever you got all this dead grass and stuff and brush from the wintertime, and you get these high winds, and all it takes is someone, flicking the um, tobacco product out the window that's still lit, and up goes to someone's pasture, and then a house, and then so on. Chain reaction. That's why it's best, honestly, if you use tobacco products, which I'm not one to say it's a good idea, but if you do, at least have the courtesy to use a proper um, disposal of it. Don't just throw it out the window when we have high winds. This is, just to help pass the education along, because some states with the wind and the brush and stuff, it'll catch and it just carries on for miles and miles. Okay, just example. Um, Whenever they have a lot of wildfires out there in California and stuff, it causes a big problem and headache, because you get a lot of people that are homeless because of that. Because I mean, granted, I've heard that sometimes that there's like glass bottles or something, and the sunlight happens to beam through it just right, and it'll trigger a lot of the pine needles and things. And I've also heard of the sap literally being on the trees, coming off the trees, and the sunlight hit that just right, and it basically make a beam and cause fires. Uh, Either way, um, fires helpful if containable. Very bad if you get in the middle of it like we did here in Oklahoma. It's just not a good thing. But so, what state are you from? Just a guy, if you don't mind me asking. Oh, man, this is a lot funner whenever I have more people in here where I can chit chat with. I see people here. I just would like to run them comment and bring up subjects so we can talk. Generally, like I said, I use StreamYard as a rule, and people usually come in, and I usually have guests, and I chit chat with them and stuff. So I'm trying to figure out here. Hang on one second. Oh, okay. No. No. Wow. Texas, then up here to Oklahoma, and now you live out there in Florida. So now you're a Floridian. Well, I don't know. You went from, depending on where you lived in Texas, you went from fairly expensive to moving to Oklahoma, which was inexpensive, and then moving out to really expensive. Because I know most everybody I know have talked to live in Florida. They say it's not cheap. So yeah, it's pricey, but it is beautiful out there. Whenever you don't have to worry about the hurricane season. Hurricane season is kind of like tornado season up here. The only nice thing is at least they can kind of predict the paths, and that way it gives people time to evacuate. You get a tornado, forget it. You don't know which way it's going to go, and you don't know when they're going to pop up either. That's the other worst thing about them. So, uh, well, uh, I'm some of y'all are my subscribers, and some of y'all are just you know surfing through channels and happen to come across me. I I've been a truck driver for almost 25 years now. I've done anywhere from Class A trucks, which is the big rigs you see back here behind me, um, to driving school buses, to driving small water tankers, which are Class B, to flatbeds that are Class B, small reefers, stuff like that. Nope, really expensive, big hurricanes, and yeah, sure you can try to evacuate, but good luck getting out of the state lines in time with the traffic. That's a very good point because same concept down there. Whenever I'm driving a lot down there in Texas, around Houston and all that area down around the Gulf, you got all these evacuation lanes. So I mean, a 4-lane highway opens up to be a 6-lane highway technically. Well, five, yeah, five, because the evacuation lane they open it up, which is basically just the shoulders. All that is, and I've seen it from videos. I've never experienced it, but I've seen it from videos. People go crazy. It's just you can't. It's almost like a fire sale at Walmart or something. They just step all over you, and this way they just drive all over you trying to get out of there. But I reckon if you're smart enough and they say that area's got to be evacuated early enough, and you're willing to get up and relocate for a little bit while things go on, you'll be all right. But there's a lot of people that wait till the last minute, and yeah, just like with trucking, you can't wait till the last minute to run a load somewhere, because if you do, and anything happens like traffic or you break down or something, it's going to mess things up. That's one of the things that I'll say. Ever since they switched over to this electronic logging devices, which is called an ELD for short, it has really messed up the trucking career as far as allowing us to find places to park in time, allowing us to be able to, um, get down the road just a little bit further to where we can find parking legally without getting in trouble. It's more of a hassle than it's worth. I see where they come up with the idea, but when you start trying to control everybody the way they were, it's like herding cattle. You try to herd cattle, and I've got some friends that do cattle hauling, and they tell me some cows are stubborn, some cows not so bad. But you go to herding cattle around, and they're stubborn cows, you're going to get some, pushback on that. They're going to fight you back. And that's kind of what they've done with us truck drivers. We're being pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed. We don't like it. You know, Too many regulations, too many laws. They're allowing stupidity into trucking. I mean, it's almost like like you're saying with driver's license, like you can pull your CDL out of a Cracker Jack box. I think they give them to you in cereal boxes anymore, because just because it has a brake pedal and it has a gas pedal, just like a car doesn't mean that anybody can get behind the wheel and drive one and operate it. You really need to have proper training and ride along with somebody for a minimum of a month, and that person needs to have had a minimum of 5 years experience of driving through the mountains and ice and snow and different things like that. Because if you don't and you get behind the wheel, major accidents happen, and we see it daily. And since I started driving almost 25 years ago, whenever they started switching over to these fully automatic trucks, basically, as I'll consider them, even though it still takes a computer to shift, um, all that computer does is basically took away the clutch that we have to push in and the gear shift in the middle. That's all that done. But when they done that, that made it a lot easier for some inexperienced guys to just get a CDL and jump in one and take off. They think it's that easy. No, it's not. I'm just saying this from experience of driving for as long as I have. When I started driving, we had manual transmissions. There was no such thing as an auto. They were working on a prototype which was called the semi auto, which meant that you used a clutch for stopping and going only. But that didn't work out so well. Eventually, it was replaced and we moved on to the automatic, because they're still burning out clutches and stuff. But yeah, it's just it's gotten worse through the years, and I don't normally talk politics at all, but I want to just bring this up. If anything political, I would say politics of any kind, both red and blue side, need to come together, and they need to actually take care of this problem with just allowing anybody and everybody to drive a big truck, because it's dangerous. I mean, you got to look at it. If they wind up putting somebody behind the wheel, and that person's experience, like I was just talking about a while ago, what happens if their family's out there and they're traveling from one side of the United States to the other side for a family vacation, and they're in their sport utility vehicle or they're in a minivan, and this guy that this political affiliation is went off and allowed to drive a truck with no experience, not understanding how mountains and stuff run, and he drives down through there, loses his brakes because he don't know what to do. He doesn't know how to use proper how do you say this proper oh I'll think of it in a minute. I'm sorry, folks, but anyhow, if you're not experienced enough or been training well enough to where you can retaliate, I guess is what I've kind of looked where the driver will know, hey, I need to downshift before I get, you know, I was always taught whatever gear you go up a mountain in or a big hill in, that should be at least at minimum the gear you go down it in. And then when you're going down it, you slow yourself down 5 to 10 miles under the posted speed limit. And then you're also going to have, if you have most all trucks have what they call an engine brake, or also known as a Jake brake. Um, and if you don't know what you're doing with that, and you go out there and you're driving along, and you don't properly use that, then it can cause you a headache too, because you're going to have people that are going to complain about Jake brake noises and ordinances, all that. Most of those places, usually like small cities and things, but on the interstates, it's usually not a problem. Let's see, I missed a comment here. Okay. Um, okay, just a guy. Yes, yeah. I couldn't imagine trying to drive for a day straight and then go on top of that, not having a place to just stop and sleep until you reach it on the highway. Yes, it is. It is very difficult at times. See, and then Toga. Hey, Toga. Oi, oi. Um, and then just says, yeah, those trucks are a different animal from a regular car, and I most definitely have seen that through videos and experiences. Trucking is an important business, and it's nothing to toy with. You are exactly right. It's not like getting in your regular car and driving anywhere. It's you got close to 80,000 pounds in a regular size rig. Um, and if you're carrying oversized or overweight, because you have permits to do so, and you have an accident, then you know it's drastic. It really is. You just don't need that kind of stuff. Um, I've seen a lot of accidents in my time, and like I said, like I was trying to get to earlier, is I'd say within the last 10 years minimum, 10 years of my career, it has gotten worse with accidents, and we don't see everything about it, but I'll be honest with you, a lot of the accidents are caused from inexperienced drivers, and I don't want anybody to take this personal, but they're inexperienced drivers that are sometimes not from here in the U.S. They've came over from other countries, and I support other countries wanting to try to make money, but there's no sense in them just saying, "Oh, I go to the United States, I make big time money driving big truck." All right, that's fine. Get the proper training, learn it, go to school for it through a proper accredited school, not just a fly by night truck driving school, an accredited. And I mean one that's reputable, that's been around for a while, that's going to teach you the ins and outs and proper ways of operating that truck. Then, my suggestion, as I said earlier, is you need to get with a company Not just drive, not just say, oh, I'm going to start my own company because I got a few dollars, I can buy me a truck and I'm going to lease it or something. No, no. Start out working for some company that will take you on. Get with a trainer that's, like I said, that's got at least a minimum of 5 years out there over the road, not just running in one little area, because that's what happened with a driver here a while back. He'd only ran around in the Midwest. He'd never done any mountains at all. And then he chose another job career because his job career that he had ended. And then it caused one heck of a mess. Yeah, I agree, Toga. I can almost guarantee you there's probably a lot of difficulties in the area where you're from. Um, yep. No, you're right. It's very difficult because I mean, um, it's one thing that I will say, and with driving itself is it is very very helpful to be able to read and write and understand the English, the U.S. English language for sure. Yes, I've been told by many that our language for the U.S. is one of the hardest languages to learn and understand because we have so many words that mean the same, or we have the same kind of spelling of the word and it means something different. So it does make it a little difficult. But at least take, have the ability to actually fully understand and read road signs and speed limit signs for sure, construction zones, detours. I mean, if you're not able to understand that kind of stuff, it can be very detrimental, not for just yourself as a driver, but it can also be detrimental for others around. I mean, if you're um, of another nationality and you come over here to the United States to be a driver, but you don't understand the laws of reading and writing properly of our language, and heaven forbid you driving through and all of a sudden you didn't understand that there's a detour ahead for construction, and it says detour ahead for big trucks, and you go, ah, I have a friend, hang on just 1 second, up, come back, come back, where'd you go, try again. I didn't catch it in time, try again. Hey, well, he was there, then he left or something, I don't know. It was my, there, okay, hang on, did it work? There it is, it worked.
What do we got going on here?
We have late night on Grumpy's couch.
Well, this ain't no stream yard.
No, I decided I would just do a little experimenting and try out how YouTube does things. It's not too bad. I don't know how many people I can have as a guest or anything. I've never done multi guests. In fact, this is my first live through YouTube's live because generally I usually use StreamYard. You're right. So how are you doing tonight?
It's a night.
It's a night.
It's a night. I had a great. It started out pretty good, but I got a cow that's a little ornery on the trailer, and
Yeah,
yeah,
I was just actually discussing that I had some friends, that do cattle hauling and how stubborn cattle are, a pain in the rear end, and gee, you popped in.
you know,
What I was
it,
trying to
it
hint at.
it's
Oh, go ahead.
amazing. It's amazing how they can all load night. So I have 29 cows on and 12 bulls.
Hmm.
All of them went on the trailer real nice, except for one.
Imagine
and
that.
and that one gave me a nightmare. It ran down the sale barn guy. It ran me down. It was she was ornery.
Uh huh.
She didn't
She
want to
didn't
go
want
on
to
that.
go.
No, she didn't
Uh-uh.
want to go.
Well, what I was trying to hint at on that whenever I was discussing it is how we are basically um, as drivers out here are basically to the government almost like being treated like cattle, that we're being herded and told what to do and where to go, and it's getting ridiculous anymore because they're letting anybody drive these trucks, and whether it be, like I said, whether it be on the right or the left or the red or the blue or any of that, it's the idea that both are at fault by allowing it because it's hurting the trucking industry by far.
Well, it is. I mean, it's not just in the trucking industry either.
Well,
It's
I
really
know.
it. I mean, it's really not. I mean, if we're gonna sit there and think that, uh, I mean, if we want to sit down and look at the bigger picture, it's everybody in the United States. It's the government trying to tell everybody what to do. Oh well, you got to. That you only made this much last year, so you're gonna go on welfare, and we're gonna take care of you. And then you got, oh, you made this much, you got to go out there and work harder just to supply your, support your family. That's wrong.
Hmm.
That is wrong.
Hold your thought for a minute. I got to get to a couple questions here, or a couple comments. Toga says, I think that Germans' rules are most logical option. They're saying if you can't speak German, this is technically impossible to live in Germany. So you have to pass at least A2 level exams. I don't know much about German, but I would probably agree with you. And my friend Thumper here actually would probably know a lot more about that because as a military man, he definitely would know. Um, Now, one
Oh,
more here. Just a guy says, y'all as truckers ever been over the 7 Mile Bridge or any other bridge that goes over the ocean? I feel that would be terrifying in a big truck like that. Haha. Years ago, when I first began my career, we went out and picked a load up out on the Florida Keys. So I do know what you're talking about, that 7 mile long bridge that runs across the
oh,
ocean. Yes, that one is very exciting. You don't want to be on it when the wind's pretty drafty out that way, I promise you.
when I said 7 Mile Bridge, I was thinking the one up that crosses Alaska to Russia.
Oh, well, I don't know. I've never been up that way.
I don't know. I've been on the 7 Mile Bridge before.
Yeah, I don't know. If you're
I
talking about
uh
anything up that way, no, I don't know.
yeah, the 7 Mile Bridge down in the Keys. Yeah, I've been down that because I missed my turn and I went across with a cattle pot loaded with cows. Tell
Uh-huh.
you what, there are a lot of people not happy.
I'd say not.
And
I
the only
didn't.
way with the way my truck and trailer's set up, I couldn't in those little island towns that they got.
Uh-huh.
I had to go all the way to the end to turn around and then go all the way back through all that stuff because I couldn't get my truck turned around in some of those areas because it was too congested with
Wow.
vehicles.
Huh. I'm surprised Boss Man didn't pipe in, or even John.
Well, it is one.
I know, but there's sometimes they're driving, you know, late at night. So,
Uh, I left my house at midnight. I got to the shop at 7:30, 8 o'clock this morning. I stopped, took a little cat nap,
mhm.
worked on my trailer and everything, and then laid there for about 45 minutes. Then I got a load. So
Well, at least you got a short nap in.
running on, yeah, I got a little nap in. I got two 45-minute naps, but I don't know. I'm tired. I still got 3 hours 19 minutes at my first drop.
Yeah, I heard from Larry earlier today before I decided to do my live on TikTok earlier also, and I was chit chatting with him, and he said he was up and running, so I was happy for him on that. Okay, just a guy says, yeah, I've been over that one before in a regular car. Thing is not fun to cross at night. Now which one are we talking about? The one Thumper was talking about up in Alaska, or are we talking about the one I was talking about down in the Florida Keys? Not real sure. Kind of confusing there, but if you'll clarify that, it'd be appreciated.
So in my trucking career, I've actually been fortunate enough to drive
Mm, wow. Wow.
and
Yeah.
and and now I was over there for a month. I did it for a month, just something like right off the good old bucket list.
Wow. Just a guy says it's a Florida Keys. That's what he was talking about.
Okay,
So, yeah, yeah. That
beautiful
one.
out there though.
I was to say it's beautiful. It was very, very scary because I mean, the bridge is only maybe I don't know. It couldn't be more than about 500, 600 feet from the water. It seems like might be a little taller than that, but it follows right along, and I mean, it's something else.
Oh
Went
yeah.
down there. But I went down there. I was in it with a during that time. I was still a greenhorn, so I was with a trainer, and we went down there after we finished delivering to Albertsons, all between Oklahoma and out there, and we went down there to pick up a load of empty pallets to bring all the way back here to Oklahoma. So it was crazy.
Oh, my connection's too choppy.
I noticed. All right. Well, if you need to go, then I'm glad to have had you for a little bit there, Thumper.
Oh, if I could figure out how to shut my camera off, that'd probably help.
Uh, it helps some. I don't know how you do that.
The green screen. Uh,
Like I said, this was all new. I just figured I'd throw it together and try it out and see how well it worked.
yeah. I kind of was going into a. Oh, what do we got going on here?
You got a green screen.
I do got a green screen apparently.
Luck of the Irish.
Done. There we go.
There we go. There we go. All right, you figured it out. Awesome.
Well, I mean, it's kind of set up similar to TikTok, kind of.
Similar. Not as many bells
So,
and whistles, but similar.
right.
Oh, wow. Toga says we couldn't hear him. By the way, his connection is too choppy. He fixed it, I think.
I hope so.
Yeah. Just a guy says, yeah, interesting to hear y'all stories about those places. I live in the north part of Florida, but I've been down there a few times. Yeah, and we've got another friend. He lives in Florida somewhere. Don't know where, but I know he lives in Florida. And, he's told us stories about, how beautiful it is down there. And, you know, he's, you know, he says the cost is pricey, but as long as it keeps his family happy, that's all that matters to him. So I tell you what, his audio is well now. Ah, good, Toga. Yes, great.
All right.
Yeah,
I'm kind of out in the boonies too, so that don't help.
no,
You know, I'm in the land where you can watch your dog run away for 2 weeks.
yeah, and then come back and get a bite to eat and something to drink, and then run away again.
Yep, pretty much.
Sad part is you could get your binoculars out and probably see the dog.
Yeah, pretty much. No, I mean, like when I went down to Florida and stuff, like when I kind of did flatbed work and stuff, I was kind of all over. I will admit, I got to go
Right.
to places I thought I'd never get to go see. You know,
Uh oh. Oh, we may have lost him. Hold on. Signal's going in and out, my friend. Oh,
especially like down.
it is. I mean, okay, Toga says, I mean, U.S. is a huge country. Personally, I won't expect a perfect connection on the. Yes, you're very right, Toga. You're very right.
I
One
mean,
of these days,
it
I
is.
hope you can come and whenever things get a little straightened out, and if you ever get a chance, you come on over here and have a vacation for a little bit, and maybe you'll get to visit with one of us. That would be awesome. You've been a very faithful follower and subscriber of ours for quite some time, and we appreciate you very much. Are you still with me, Thumper?
Yep, I'm here.
Oh, okay. You remember Toga, right?
Yeah, I
He's
had
been
to
on a few of
refresh
our
my memory.
lives.
As he okay.
He's Yeah, he's been on a few of our lives. He um he actually was telling us one time that he has like three different screens up watching our lives and watching replays and stuff. I'm like, wow. Plus trying to juggle his
Multitasking.
yeah, trying to juggle his work at the same time. Toga says, I would love to. Life full of surprises and maybe one day. I appreciate for your kindness, sir. You're very welcome. And like I say, we were all thinking about doing a meet and greet in September, but well, that may not happen. We're not real sure still, but it was just an idea
No,
that we've all been
we
juggling up.
we got to get on that bandwagon again. We were all up for it. Then life kind of happened with everybody.
Yeah, yeah, kind of like poop. It all rolls downhill.
You know, I mean,
And
I'm gonna be going to uh Matt's the Mid American Truck Show here in 10 days.
I heard little birdie
So
told me.
yeah, that's gonna be in Louisville, Kentucky. Not bringing my truck though, but I'm gonna
Ah,
drive down there personally and meet up with a bunch of people I know off of TikTok and whatnot, and just kind of see what the whole hype is about it. I've been hearing about it for years, and I figured, heck, let's give it a try.
yeah,
If I like it, then I'll probably bring the truck down next year.
never know. I hear good things about some of them shows, so you never know about that. It just time to time. Uh, Toga says, I'm still waiting for our British trucker friends to meet here in Turkey since years. I hope that you folks can make it possible easily. Well, like I said, we were really planning on wanting to have a meet and greet at a truck show in Joplin, Missouri, in September, but unfortunately, like he was saying, there's a lot of hurdles in the life, and we've wound up hitting a few of them. So it's kind of messed a lot of things up right now. But you know, there's still a few months in between here and there. You never know what might happen.
Yeah, we still got what, 6 months?
At least, yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, I don't know what kind of a deal where we, if we was going to get a space or anything like that, how that would work. I mean, I've never done anything like that, so I honestly, you know, wouldn't know anything. Toga says, "Oh yeah, truck shows are great opportunities to do that." You're right. Yeah, you're very right. And I've gained quite a few followers not only on this platform but also on my other platforms. Thumper here, he's growing on this platform, and he's pretty famous on his other platform. Um, so we're uh,
Uh,
we're slowly growing. So
yeah, I mean, I'm actually working on some stuff here. I was kind of hoping to have it done by tomorrow, but it, I got to push it back to maybe Thursday. If not, it'll be the following week. Because there's just so many moving parts in this thing I'm working on, where
right.
Tuesdays and Thursdays we're gonna. There's a bunch of us that are starting a podcast, and it's
Oh,
just you don't have to show your camera. It's just us, like literally, we're all working, doing what we're doing, and we're just talking about you know trucking stuff and picking on each other and stuff like that.
is
Um,
this going to be
it,
on this platform or the other platform?
it's gonna be streamed to YouTube, and I'm gonna try to figure out how to stream it to TikTok also. But we're all meeting in Discord because what our goal is we would like 25 truckers in the chat at once.
Huh.
25 or
Well,
more. So with
you figure out
Discord,
how that works and let me know, because I mean, I might, if I'm not doing anything, I might just stop on by and
yeah. Well, and there's no time limit. We could be on there for 45 minutes or we could be on there for 5 hours. Yeah, you just never know. It
this is
just
right.
depends on what we're talking about and how, and people can come and go as they please.
And that's kind of the way Grumpy's Couch was originally meant to happen, was to have it where, I would be here, I would socialize with people. I wanted to get, not only my couch potatoes like yourself and a few others, but also have, the audience
when I
talk with me. Hmm?
when I make it.
Yeah, I've been counting you absent quite a lot. You're gonna have to repeat the grade all over again.
Oh, dang it.
You're failing.
Well, it's one of those things, I mainly drive at night, so it is kind of hard to, on the weekends generally we don't move, but it is really hard to get out of that night routine on the weekends where you could go out and do stuff during the day. So
Mm.
it's tough because generally, when you start your show, I'm sleeping and whatnot, but also at the same time, I'm kind of getting my body used to being up all night again.
Toga, I'm just going to kind of just hit and miss on that one. No, I haven't had the chance to watch Fate's latest video, but I did see it come up in my feed. So I did see the title of it, and I was kind of, sad about that too, because being an owner operator, I mean, Thumper kind of knows because he's, in that category. Whenever you have to drive home, as far as, especially depending on where Fate had to drive from, that's a lot of miles you have to eat with the fuel and expense, and it's outrageously terrible. But he likes money. I know Fate does. That's one thing he's all about. But when it comes to his family, that's a priority too. So if he hasn't had a chance to, spend time with his family at home time, um, sometimes I believe he would be willing to do what he's got to do to be able to do that, especially if it's a very important time. Um, and I mean, Thumper, you kind of believe the same thing a little bit there. His family is really important to you too, I know.
Yeah, it is. Family is really important to me. I actually got to be home for the first time in 3 months last weekend, or
Yeah, I
this
heard about
past
that too.
weekend. So
That's good.
I found out for sure we weren't going to be busy, and I looked at everybody at the shop. I said, "Well, I'm going home." I jumped in my pickup and drove 6 hours home.
That's quite a drive, though. I
It
mean,
is.
I mean that's
You know,
that's
it's kind of funny though. You know, you sit there and think about it. 6 hours in a vehicle, people are like, "Oh, I can't do it." But you sit and look at our profession. We're in a truck 24/7.
right. Uh-oh.
I mean, like your normal CDL. Oh, lose
I know
service.
it. Yeah, it's cutting in and out on you, buddy.
Well, like your normal CDLs, they're in a truck for they're driving for 11 hours.
Yes.
Me, I'm driving for 13, 14, up to 18 hours at a time.
Right. And
So
I still don't understand how you can do that. I mean, when I was younger, I could do it. It wasn't no problem. But nowadays, you know, it's a little harder for me to want to stay with my eyes, toothpicks here,
well,
to try to keep
a
going.
lot is the social media platforms out there. I mean, you see it. I'm on TikTok all the time.
Yeah.
They TikTok, and now that I found out you could do this, which I'm gonna have to figure out how you did this, is actually kind of really cool. But
It's just basically you go to YouTube and then you do a live and then you set everything up before you start your live. Um, it's pretty easy. It's a lot. If I can do it, I know you can.
yeah. But I mean, that's just it. There's a lot of that social media platform out there. There's even Snapchat. I'm part of a trucking community on Snapchat where somebody's got somebody's having issues. We all try to chime in, try to help them out, or we sit in calls
Right.
trying to keep each other awake and stuff like that. That stuff like that helps out. But if you sit and look at it 20, 30, 40 years ago when cell phones weren't a thing, I mean, how did those guys do it? Well, they had CB radios.
Yep. That's exactly how we coped with it years ago.
Well,
And I mean, Larry could even verify that because Larry's been trucking as long as I have too. So, you know. Let's see. Toga says, okay, told him, okay, Cyclone's not gonna. Uh, um, just keep in mind, Toga. Most of the time, if it's a video that he puts out, it's could be a few weeks to a month old on some of them. Just so you know, I mean, he doesn't like post a video immediately as a rule because he has to do all his editing to it and all that. But I do agree with you. It probably is just a little bit of a spell that it's went through, but um, too many of them spells like that would kind of sit you back pretty hard, and it's not a good thing. Um, it's just he usually has a pretty good lane of travel where he runs and delivers and picks up from. So it generally, usually, it's not a problem with him getting home very often if he needed to. So it's just a fluke deal. I mean, he probably had a load set up and then that load fell out and he had to figure something else out. So hopefully he didn't have to travel too far. Like I said, I'll try to watch his video so I can be able to catch up on a little bit of it and see. Um, but yeah, uh, that's one of the things right now. It's this owner operator deal is just really hard to do, and uh, if it wasn't for the fact that you know you able to make money whenever you do get loads there, Thumper, you're still feeling, quite the crunch because, it's been kind of slow for you here lately, and it makes a big difference on the pocketbook.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, you gotta sit and think. I got 7 trucks on the road.
Yeah.
You know, and honestly, I had to let 3 drivers go. I had
Mm,
to because I flat out looked at him and said, "Go collect unemployment. You're gonna be better off doing that." So
right.
I do. I have 3 trucks that are sitting at the yard doing absolutely nothing. I'm paying insurance on them. I'm paying this, and
Hmm.
honestly, with the 4 trucks we have going on cattle right now, 1 truck covers the
Uh,
fuel expenses.
Speaking of that, you remember our friend Crushbox, right? Well, she's
Yes.
in a different line of work currently. She is actually, I forgot what she called it, but she happened to pop into my live tonight and asked me for my help. And I had you on the brain, but I don't know if you could or not. I know that it is oil field type work, and it's down in Louisiana, and they're
Okay.
needing trucks. They're needing some trucks that have their own MCC number, which I know you do, and all that, to haul this. I guess I'm not sure, but I think it's casing pipe and stuff like that or something. But it pays really well. And she said that most of the lane of travel is only like 10, 15 miles or something like that from one point A to point B and back to A. I don't know if you still have her contact information or not. Um,
I think I
if
do.
if you do, get in touch with her if you'd like, and inquire about it. If anything, it might be something that may make you a few dollars. I'm just saying, I know you already were thinking about doing possible oil field type work anyhow, and it's an idea,
Well, I mean, cows are starting to pick up again.
right?
It's slowly, but it is picking up. But then again, it's not going to last forever. I mean,
Mm-mm.
eh, cows is a cows literally is a touch and go, and it
Mm-hmm.
it sucks, but it really is. When the getting's good, I mean, you saw it this fall how busy I was. I was hardly getting any sleep
I know.
between
You
between.
and Larry, either one, you were just like bam, 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 bam.
Oh yeah, I was putting 3, 4, 5 loads in a day. And they
Yeah.
were 200-mile one way runs, and it's they're from the sale barn, and it's just like you do a bunch of those, and you lay down for like 2, 3 hours, get
Speak
a
of the
couple
devil,
hours sleep.
there's old Larry.
Hey Larry.
Larry, I think you can join us. You can try. I sent a link. You can see if it'll work. If it does, you can try to join us if you'd like. But I
I
think you
know
can have
he
more than one.
he he actually got back-to-back loads tonight, so he's moving pretty good tonight too.
Good, good. He needs it because I mean I know the man does not have a ton of bills like yourself, but he still has his needs for paying his bills, and
Oh yeah.
when he can make that money, it's very helpful.
Yep.
Oh, aye, he says.
Or we watching SpongeBob.
No, Toga.
Yeah. Oh,
He
I know, I know, I know. I just I Captain.
don't forget to hit the like legends. Yes, we appreciate it very much. Thank you so much for them likes. Um, they are appreciated. I had in here, I think I saw 17 or 18 people for a little bit, and then everybody just went bye bye.
Well,
And
you
they
got to
probably saw me
remember
and was like, bye.
it's a holiday too this tonight. You got St. Patty's Day, so they're probably out there some people drinking some green beer and stuff like that.
Oh, oh, it won't let you. Well, evidently, then it's just two people at a time in here is all it's allowed, I guess. Or how many followers do you have, Thumper, on or subscribers?
I got 91.
You have 91. How
Yep.
many do you have, Larry?
If he's got
Just out of
less than
curiosity.
50, if he's got less than 50, he can't join.
You still
50
have
is
less than 50?
50 you is when you can start going live.
Mm-hmm.
And I've kind of noticed that video that I did live a few weeks ago when we were just bopping over to the truck wash, that one actually did
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah. For some reason, driving videos a lot of times do well. I mean, and since you've got the setup you've got, hey, that works wonderful.
Yeah, but the only bad thing is I drive at night all the time.
Mm, good point. He didn't answer me. Or he's trying to look. I don't
He's
know.
probably typing. Who knows? I don't know if I can click on him and no. Oh wait.
Careful. Don't get
No,
rid of him.
I wasn't going to.
And remember, you have mod status too.
Oh, do I?
Uh huh.
I don't know how that works. I know how that works on TikTok, but I don't know how it works on here.
It's like TikTok, very touchy.
Yeah.
Can't join. It said you have the max number. Okay, so I guess it only allows 2 folks in here at a time. I don't know.
There might be a way where you could get more people. I don't
I don't
know.
know. Let me see.
You might have to start over if you do, but I'm gonna switch headsets real quick, so it might get a little loud.
Oh, I see. Yep, it's only one guest at a time on this, and it says because if I removed you, then it would leave me, and then I could invite him. That's how that works. Crazy, huh? I think they should open it up to where you have more boxes like TikTok does. Ah, what'd I do? Um, uh, nope, I don't want that. Go away. Hit the wrong button myself. So, well, with that being said, you want to swap places with him for a little bit? Let him come in for a little bit? You want to? Yeah, you just, well, sounds awesome. Hey, Larry, you still in here? You want to come into a box and I'll swap you with Thumper. Let me know. Say yay, nay. He says, it's okay. I'm just listening. Well, okay, fine. Be that way.
Larry, listen.
That is a good point.
Just picking on you, buddy.
Toga even thought that was funny. Welcome in, Normal. Yeah, well, most like you, truckers keep this. Yes. Normal says we need more folks like you. Truckers keep this country running. We try our best. We do our best when we're out here.
I ain't a trucker. I'm a steering wheel holder.
Sure. Right.
Oh wow, I'm in Valley City already. This trip's actually going pretty quick.
Toga says 100%.
I've said it in Boss Bands Live once before, and I'm working on a video to release on TikTok. TikTok.
Tic Tac. Is that a new platform that I don't know
Yeah,
about?
dude,
And you're
yeah,
hiding it from me?
yeah,
Tic
yeah.
Tac. Ah.
It only 3/4 freshened your breath.
That's funny.
But no, TikTok, I'm gonna release a video on there, and eventually I will release it onto YouTube here that I'm working on. Bossman and I've actually been working on this video
Huh?
for a couple months now, and it was
Right.
from one of his lives and stuff. But I set it on there. But if we could start respecting each other more, each one of us respecting each other a lot more, this industry will be a hell of a lot better than what it is
It
now.
helps quite a bit because, back in the years ago, back in the 70s and 80s, they had basically just like um, the original founder of Aero Trucking. They had the tip of the hat programming, meaning basically if you're in need of money or needed help because you're down because you know your family's lost someone or something like that, or is in medical help and needs help with a few bills, the original owner would basically take up a collection from different people and he would give that to them, and he himself would usually double it if he had
You know,
it available, which most of the time he did, so that he could help that driver out. Or and they would do it for charities for others too. It wasn't just drivers, but yes. Larry says, I'm
no,
a cattle relocator. All right.
no,
He's a cattle
you're a
relocator.
cattle whisperer. I've seen you load
Yes.
trailers.
And Thumper over
Uh,
here, that's basically what he does too.
yeah.
Except for he don't whisper to him. He says, "Get on now."
No, if you guys want a really good laugh, and you catch me on a night when I'm loading my cows and I'm live on TikTok, go watch it. You will sit there and laugh your butt off. Some of the stuff that comes out of my mouth, that because I'm trying to get them in the trailer, it is freaking hilarious. Like one night I had a, a Hereford, which is a red cow. Uh,
With a white
she
face.
nope, nope, just an all red cow.
Huh? I thought
Uh,
Herefords were
if they
white
have a
faced red cows.
if they have a white face, they're mixed with Angus.
That I did not know. Hmm.
Yes. So
See?
your purebred Herefords are all red.
Wow.
Yeah. And your purebred
Then
Angus are all black. And
yeah,
then
then how the
you
hell do you get a white face?
it's something uh in the genetics. I
that
mean
just that that just messes with my brain, man.
I've been around cattle my whole life. It's really hard to explain. You gotta be around it a lot to understand it. But anyways, I was sitting there standing on top of a fence because she chased me up the fence,
Uh-huh.
and I was on live, not thinking that I was live on TikTok. And I looked at her, pointed my stick at her, and I said, "Typical redhead, always giving me problems." Oh, we lost you.
Phew. I'm back.
Oh,
I
there you are.
don't know what happened. I touched a
Yeah.
button and then it went bye bye for a second.
But no,
Oopsie.
she chased me up the fence, and I pointed my stick at her, and I said, "Typical redhead, always giving me problems." Well, little did I know, one of my friends on TikTok's a redhead. She goes, "Thumper." I'm like, "Oh crap, you heard that." So I mean, you want a good 5, 10, 15 minute laugh? Go watch my live when I'm loading cattle. You might learn a few new words also.
That's funny.
I will say it is a PG-13 show.
It's a PG 13. More like PG 17 plus.
uh, Rated M for mature.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
But no, it gets entertaining and stuff. I mean that's one thing out here. You gotta find
Oh,
something that keeps you entertained when you're going down the road.
I'll be right back. I got to do something else real quick.
And then he's probably gonna disappear. Yep, there he goes, disappears. I don't know what to say. It's his show, and I'm here. Well, if you guys got questions, normal, yeah, I haul cattle, livestock. We also do grain, also, but mostly livestock. Larry, did you find your cows? I heard you're having some
Shoot,
issues in St. Ange.
I'm back.
Oh, there he is. Good. I don't know how to be a host. I felt like
What
Ricky
are you doing?
Bobby. I felt like Ricky Bobby with my hands up in the air. I don't know what to do with my hands.
Uh, Larry says I was just typing rated M for mature.
Sometimes loading cows it goes easy, and sometimes it doesn't.
I got nannered tonight again, but it was nothing that I did wrong. It was just somebody that just is out to get Cheetos, and they nannered me because I mean, since I've started joining his lives, his likes have went big time up, and he's gotten more participation and stuff. And I mean, I'm not bragging. I'm just saying it's the truth. I've noticed it, and
Yeah,
others have
yeah,
noticed
yeah.
it.
We know how you work. If you find an opportunity to wave it, you do.
I mean, Pitbull, as I was nicknamed. But anyhow, yeah, they went after me right away. I mean, I wasn't even on there 30 minutes and gone. I was mad, so I appealed it. It took them almost an hour and a half before they approved the appeal, and then back to where I was at. I went ahead and went back to the live. And didn't have no problems after that because shortly after that they discovered possibly who it was, and they poop got rid of that person. So, huh?
I can't.
I think
I
that was
can't.
for you.
Yeah, I asked
He
him how
says
loaded the
never.
cows were.
He never did find the 800 block. He ended up finding them in the 100 block.
So the 800
Definitely for
was in
you.
the one. The 800 was in the 100, which means they moved the pens. If I'm reading that correctly.
Hmm, evidently, I I can only imagine what he's talking about. I don't really know.
Yeah, well, the place that he loaded at tonight um, is really messed up. Okay, it
Evidently,
was. Yeah, they moved them from the 800 to the 100. So yeah, that's what they do. But the St. Ange, where he loaded out of, that place is so messed up. There's no one there to help you. You go in there, you go find your own cows and everything
oh,
else.
I
So
think y'all have told me about that before. Yeah.
yeah, I think I was talking to you guys one night
Uh huh.
about we were all
And
live
you
and
were
I was
trying to find a light switch.
yeah, I was trying to find a light switch. I finally found the light switch. And I couldn't find my cows. Finally, I just started reading back tag numbers on every pen I walked up to, and finally found my cows.
Uh, well, we got some more people that's popping in and out.
Okay,
Hey,
right on.
we're open for discussion as long as it's YouTube friendly. Bring up a topic. We'll sit here and talk about it.
Have you met me?
Have I met you?
YouTube,
No, I haven't met you.
YouTube friendly.
Well, yeah, good point. Okay, as friendly as possible. Okay. Well, we scared them away. They didn't stay long.
Oh, it's still showing more people on my end.
Well, we got 4 people now, 5 people. Hello, come on in, welcome in. We're open for discussion as long as it's as YouTube friendly as possible. However, my wonderful couch potato over here, I don't know if I can trust him or not.
I drive a truck, so and I haul cows. There's definitely something wrong with me.
Yes, I will agree.
I mean, I can tell you a story of what happened to me a couple weeks ago.
You slipped and fell into the bullshit.
No, I wish that was the case. I would have took that over what actually happened.
Oh,
I was
um,
uh I was in Rugby, North Dakota, loading cows, and one of them kicked through the fence right dead square in my nards.
ooh, oh.
I threw up twice, lost my breath, and yeah, that felt lovely.
Well, I hope that all the children you have is all you wanted because it's probably all you're going to have now.
Probably, yeah. I mean, it was. I was actually on TikTok live when that happened, and everybody heard it.
Oh.
Everybody heard it because it was everybody was laughing and talking. All of a sudden, it just went. All you heard was a pop, and it was quiet. And a lot of the people on
Mm-mm-mm.
TikTok, or so a lot of ones that were in that live, were bull haulers, so they knew exactly what that sound was.
Yeah. Larry, got to protect the McNuggets.
Yes. Sometimes I wish I had a nut cup.
Oh. I brought that up in Cheetos Live tonight. I was like, I'm gonna invent this new thing and do away with the old um what do they call that thing? Um
Jockstrap,
I named it by name. Yeah, jockstrap. And I'm gonna call it the acorn strap.
the Acorn Protector 5000.
Yes. Tested and approved by truckers.
Oh no, and the kicker part of it is I was actually standing outside the fence. She kicked in
Oh, that's even
between the
worse.
she kicked in between the bars.
Oh no. So Toga,
Yeah.
my friend, is it daylight over there on your side of the country?
Am I
I
gonna
hope he
make
heard
it?
me.
I think he did. You gotta remember, there's a little bit of a lag between the live and what they're watching.
Well, yeah. Goodness.
10
Yes, it is
a.m.
10. Yeah.
It
Wow.
is it is 2:09 here, so in the morning.
Yeah, so he's 8 hours ahead of us. Wow. Big difference.
How I got a bunch of friends that live in the United Kingdom, and I'd always make fun of them. They're like, "Oh yeah, you should come over across the pond." And it ain't no freaking pond. That's a damn ocean. That's a
Sure,
big pond.
I'll
It's
be
way
right
smaller.
over. I'll swim along with the sharks.
Sure, I'll be there in freaking 6 months.
And that's if my oxygen holds out. Oh, oh.
They have a stock market exchange over there, huh?
Yeah, I'm sure they do. And it's mostly all red. That's not good.
Oh,
But of course.
actually, buy.
Well, yeah, except for gold. He said gold's doing well. Well, it's a very
Gold
valuable
will always
commodity.
do well.
Yeah, it's a very, very valuable commodity. Larry, Larry says, "Oh, I zapped myself in the face tonight."
Uh, I kind of wish I was there. It's coming from a guy who I've been on for about 6 months now to start carrying a hot shot. That's his first course of action, zap himself in the face.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
Wow.
and what gets me is he very rarely ever uses that
I know.
prod.
I've been on him about using it or at least carrying it for emergency situation because it is a quick
Yeah.
defense to get out of the way.
Well, it backfired on him.
Literally. No,
So now he's gonna have these two little pretty marks up here between his face, between his eyes.
it was a shocking moment.
Or did he give you a kiss on the cheek? uh, Toga says silver is still relatively cheap via its ratio based on the gold. This is not an investment suggestion. No, uh,
Silver's a hit and miss.
yeah.
Silver is a big gamble, which I don't really understand why because silver is just as hard to get out of the ground as gold.
Primarily because gold is used in a lot of electronics nowadays. That's the big issue. They don't hardly use silver for anything like that because silver tarnishes. Gold will not. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Hey, well, yeah, there you go. Now you can drive for now you can do your other load instead of having to go to sleep.
Yeah, too bad he wouldn't have been on a live when he done that.
That would have been funny.
Yeah, remember the night whenever we was goofing around and we did that with you and the ratings went way up, on your likes, and then
Yeah,
all of a sudden,
my
your
phone died.
phone unalived itself. Yeah,
Oh.
bummer.
But I held my word. I did it anyways. But now
Yes, yes. Toga says that's right. Silver needs more patience. Silver is an industrial metal as is, so it will be affected from the recession more bad than the gold. Yes, as I say, there's not a big demand for it. It's still usable in a lot of things, but there's just not a big demand for it. I think the biggest thing that silver is used in is mostly like jewelry and stuff, but because you don't really find coins anymore made out of it,
right.
especially since aluminum coming around and copper. Hi, Millie.
Oh, hello.
Toga says morning to you, Millie. Hmm. What happened to Larry? Did he did
He
he
had to
get
go
tired of
shop.
us?
He had to go shock himself again to wake up.
You know what would be really hilarious is if he had that in his truck and forgot it was sitting by his seat and his dog stepped on the button and it shocked him in the
Sad.
butt while he's driving.
You know what the sad part is? That is sounds like something his dog would do.
Uh huh. Uh huh.
Uh, I don't know.
Oh,
I got two pooches with me for the next week.
two pooches.
Yep, I
What'd
got
you do? Adopt one?
no, no. I when I was home, I decided to take my dog Dakota with me. So
Oh,
I got Bo and Dakota, and they both are
well,
curled. Bo's curled up in a ball in his seat. Dakota's curled up on a ball right next to the heater.
smart dog. Oh my. What did you just walk into? You didn't walk into anything. You just happened to push a button and came on in.
You know, honestly, I don't know what you walked into. It could have been a wall. It could have been a door. I'm not there to say what you walked into.
That's a good point. I didn't think about it that way.
I mean, I mean, you want some real life advice? Turn the light on.
Now, if she walked into something, did her airbags deflate to save her from hurting her nose?
No. Inflate, inflate,
Oh,
not
yes,
deflate.
inflate.
Inflate.
Yes, inflate. Thank you. I said that backwards, didn't I?
You did. Now, if she ran into something pokey, then I could see them deflate.
She says, she says, knowing me, I'd be a door, or it'd be a
Well,
door. Yeah,
eh,
it'd be a
every,
door.
everybody makes a better door than a window. I said,
Theirs is the ceiling. I don't even want to know how he knows about hitting the ceiling or walking into the ceiling.
oh, I mean, Larry and I are not allowed to go into Walmart unsupervised.
Yeah, that's 100% believable. I guarantee you, they probably got your name on a big billboard before you even walk in the door.
No, we bought those Orby guns. They shoot those little.
Yes.
Oh yeah, the shop was covered in them one night.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember y'all telling me about that.
We're still finding them everywhere.
I'm personally choosing the little cat door to add more color in my life. Toga says. I'm not 100% sure what you're talking about there, Toga, but if it's anything what I'm thinking,
We were talking about running into stuff. You say you're gonna run into the cat door. Well, there's a downside to that. You'd think a cat would be coming in, but it could be a skunk. It could be a possum, and you're gonna
yeah,
roll dirt.
that's a good point. Oh,
Yeah, I
yeah,
hit the
okay.
ceiling a lot.
Yeah, yeah,
With the Orbeez gun, I was shooting it at the ceiling, and they were exploding everywhere.
yeah. I mean, it's real thin um, gelatin type stuff. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Millie never did come back and answer me. Maybe she left after I made that comment.
Right.
I have no way of
Oh,
knowing. I have no way of knowing if she's here or not. Toga says, "Oh, never mind. No, no, yeah, no." He said something else. He says, "You know the little lids under the doors? That's what I'm using to get in the house or in the houses."
so so he's actually using the cat doors to get in the house.
That puts a whole new name, a whole new meaning to the name cat burglar. uh, Millie says, "No, I'm here. I'm sorry. That what was the really, Millie? You missed out on that one. Oh boy. We said hopefully your airbags inflated before you hit whatever object that you were walking into to save your nose.
And I said if you walked into something pokey, it would deflate them.
Yeah.
Oh, we're horrible.
Ah, she says, oh yeah, they did. So that means her little nose got saved then. Toga's laughing about that one. Oh.
Oh, you're laughing at the cat burglar.
If it ain't too much to ask, I'm just kind of curious, Toga. What? How old are you, my friend?
Old enough to know better, young enough to try.
Right. I've often wondered because I mean he has a pretty good sense of humor, so I'm just curious.
You know, one thing about having a pet in a truck, they're supposed to keep you company, but you know, they don't keep you very good company when you're sleeping all the time.
Toga says he's 41 and he's still getting old. Laugh out loud. Yeah, it's a trick. Don't get old, but unfortunately, there's nothing we can do about it.
Oh, when I saw you were live today, when you let me in, I always sat there saying, "Oh, look, it's the Amish Cheeto."
You know, at the very beginning of my life, there was already some that thought I was Muslim, and I was like, no.
A dirk, a dirk, a dirk, a dirk, a dirk, a dirk, a
Yeah. Now's when we need Larry. You want Sloopy?
Thank you. Come again.
Yeah. Oh.
My name's Abu.
Yeah, he saw. See, Toga said he saw that question too. Yeah, I don't know why they thought that. I mean, Amish, have a beard like myself, and so do Mennonites. Um,
You need to go
generally,
get a
though,
you need to go get an Amish hat or a Mennonite hat and go on to a live once.
ay, 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 ay. I don't even know where I would get one because I don't think you can just purchase those anywhere.
Yeah, you can. You can order them online. They're not authentic, but
Well, then I got to get me some suspenders again.
I have suspenders.
Uh
Oh, so I went to church with the family on Sunday,
huh.
and I embarrassed the hell out of my ex-wife. So there's a show us Northerns know very well called the Red Green Show.
Oh yes, yes. I love watching him. Him and his duct tape
Oh, yep.
fixes everything.
So I have a plaid shirt from Dixon. I love. My birthday's coming up, just FYI. I
Really?
love. Yeah, it is the end of April. But anyway, I
Oh,
love I love Dixon flannels.
right.
So I have a Fire and Iron Dixon flannel, which is a motorcycle club, or not a club. Yeah, it is a club, an MC. I
Right.
have a Dixon flannel Barrett Jackson edition. You know, these are all pretty much collectors of Dixon flannels. Like they only make an X amount of number of them, and that's it.
Uh huh.
So I got like Bicycle Garage, Cletus McFarland, the Fire and Iron, um,
Yeah.
Barrett Jackson. Well, anyways, the Red Green Show had a Dixon flannel, so it's literally green with red stripes in it, like he wears in the show.
Right.
And I have red green suspenders that says Possum Lodge on them, and I wore them to church.
I can only imagine the looks you got.
Nobody really said anything. She was embarrassed as hell. I thought it was funny as hell.
Toga says some of the Muslims having similar beard style in Arabic countries, and that's probably why. Ah, good point. But there's something missing. So I know for a fact I've never seen one not have one on their head. It has something to
I
do
have.
with their beliefs. I haven't, so must have been fortunate. Millie said, "Did he just say Possum Lodge?"
Yes, I did. So, Millie, there, go
And
on
and
YouTube.
and Millie, you spelt possum wrong, by the way, just so you know.
Millie, go on YouTube. Oh wait, you're already on YouTube because you're watching the Grumpy Old Truckers Couch Potato Show. Sorry, I had to throw that in there. But no, like when we're done with the show, go on YouTube there and type in the Red Green Show, and you will
Yes,
understand everything I'm talking about.
it's hilarious. Trust me.
Did
If you
you
never
know they
stumbled
had?
across them before,
If women don't find you handsome, they'll find you handy.
that's right. I like his
Hey,
nephew that
hey,
comes on there every now and then too.
oh,
Yeah, he reminds me. He reminds me so much of that movie, The Nerds. That's who he
Harold,
reminds me of.
Harold,
Uh,
yeah,
is
it's
that the
Harold.
one?
Yeah, Harold.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
gonna kiss a girl. Oh,
Millie says I'll have to check it out. Cool.
oh yeah.
Do so.
Did you know they had 23 seasons of that show?
No, I did not.
It
But
was
it's very
on.
believable.
It was on. It was on for a very long time, from like 1991 to 2005,
Yeah. I'm not
2004.
100% sure, but I think he's making a few new ones.
Oh, he does tours right now, and I'm actually, I'm nerding out right now because I love that show. If you actually go on the redgreenshow.com,
No, the proper way it says in the Webster Dictionary how to spell possum is with O P. The O is silent. I promise you.
but, but anyways, yeah, I'm kind of nerding out right now because I love that show. But if you go onto the redgreenshow.com, you can buy a Possum Lodge membership and listen to their podcast every month.
Wow.
I think it's only like $6, and you get a little pin that says Possum Lodge, and you get a little card that has your name on it that says Possum Lodge member, and it's got the Possum Lodge oath on the back of it.
Oh boy. Hmm.
Handyman secret weapon, duct tape.
Tomato, tomato? No, it's tomato, tomato.
No, it's
Good
Mater.
Lord.
Tomater without the toe.
That would be, yeah, Larry's the one that said that. So, yeah, that would be for him for sure. Toga says, it's okay though. I don't think that the possum's gonna mind it. That's
uh,
hilarious. Uh, I'll tell you a long story short on this, Toga. My mother used to have me watch what over here is called PBS, which is public broadcasting services, which they,
Prairie Public. Prairie
huh?
Public. Prairie Public.
Whatever. Anyhow, it's also known as OETA in my part of the country. And it would come on Channel 11 is what we had it as OETA, and it was educational movies like Mister Rogers' Neighborhood. Let's see who else was on there.
Would you like to be my neighbor?
Yeah, Sesame Street. I'm sure you've heard of these shows. Um, anyhow, I was probably only four, oh five maybe. I wasn't even in school just yet, and Kermit the Frog happened to be, you know, doing the alphabet, saying A is for apple and so on. Well, when he got to P, he said P is for possum, and no, 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 no. My mother was not having that. She contacted she contacted OETA, which back then was a long distance to call very far from our town, but she called them and she left a nasty little message saying, check the dictionary because Kermit the Frog does not know how to spell. And believe it or not, that episode was taken off. It was never aired again. So, yeah, it helps to know how to spell, especially whenever you're going to try to teach kids.
I don't need to know how to spell. I just need to know how to count. And even then, I got to take my shoes and socks off to do it.
Oh, see, Toga knows who Kermit the Frog was. Millie says, ha ha ha. Toga says, wow. Yeah, seriously. After that, my mother after got that reported in, and they let PBS know about it. That particular show with that episode was removed. And it's also another episode I found out. This I never got to watch it either because it got removed before it got very far. Was one that had actually it came up way before I was even born. It had the you remember the Wicked Witch off of Wizard of
Wizard of
Oz?
Oz. Yep.
Yes, you can still find that story actually floating around on social media because that's how I found out about it, and it blew my mind. They had to remove that episode because it scared kids too badly.
Yeah, it'd scare me too
It was
if I saw
traumatizing
somebody.
them.
It would scare me too if I saw somebody with a foot long nose and green face. And
And the funny part about that is the lady they interviewed her years after that, and she was not any kind of meanness to her. She was a very sweet
yeah,
lady, and she didn't even really want to do the Wicked Witch part, but you know money talks, so she did it,
right.
and that's kind of how that happened. But yeah, it was just unbelievable when I saw that episode.
So
It's like, wow.
since we're kind of on the subject, did you know the guy who played Tin Man in the original Wizard of Oz suffered with a metal deficiency
Yes,
because of all the metal that was in the paint seeped through his skin?
yes, actually, and even the last one that played the part actually had a lot of problems too. But the very first one, they used aluminum oxide um, powder
Yeah, and he
paint.
got aluminum. Yeah, and he got aluminum
Yeah,
poisoning or something like
yeah.
that.
Well, he inhaled it. He was inhaling it, and it's because of that. That's what caused him to. I mean, I think he unalived from it.
Actually,
Then the next person wound up.
he still
Huh?
lived to be like 78 years old, but he had a lot of health
Uh,
issues after that.
I was the second guy. The first guy
Was it?
didn't. Yeah, they had two people play that part. The first guy, like I said, he wound up inhaling too much of the powder, and because of the chemical with it, along with the aluminum, it done him in.
Pretty much
Um,
crystallized his lungs.
I mean, it's more like just like being a tobacco user for years and years, I guess.
Larry,
But
the
this,
more you know.
I know, right? Toga
useful
said,
useful facts of the day.
right? Toga says, Yeah, Cookie Monster also. But when I discovered Eric Cartman and Stewie Griffin, others just have been obsolete. You got a good point there. Nothing can beat
You
old Stewie Griffin
you
and Eric
you
Cartman.
you want a useless facts? You want a useless facts of the day? I could definitely give you one. We can go down this road again.
I don't want to know. Or do I want to know? I don't know. Go ahead.
Oh, we kind of talked about it before in what is- Grumpy's couch one day when that show went way south. You
There
know,
goes Larry piping in again.
what do you say?
He says, this episode of Did You Know is brought to you by the letter E.
No, let's say it's brought to you by the letter M. we're we're gonna we're gonna we're gonna segue to this here. You
Segue
know,
into it.
you know,
Oh,
it is frowned upon when you masturbate on a plane.
sure.
But it's so
That gives the
it's only
Mile High Club a whole new meaning.
it's only legal till you get caught. I told you it could go south again. They say, when are you gonna learn to like not accept me?
I don't know about you.
I don't know about
And to
myself.
think, I trusted this guy enough to give him a wrench.
He looks like a monkey fucking a football out there.
Right? Oh my. Oh, what time is it getting to be?
It is
Oh,
2:38.
well, we'll go for a little bit longer as long as we have eyeballs coming in and out. I've seen a few stop in and stay for a minute or two and then they disappear. But uh, currently, it looks like it's Toga and Larry and Millie. I think Millie's still here.
She probably
Millie.
she's sitting there shaking her head like, what in the actual monkey's butt is going on here?
I I got to step off camera and get me a drink of water real quick. Oh
Oh,
God, I'm
that's what
getting
you're
old.
gonna do.
Yes, actually, it's lemonade if you must know.
I'm drinking a Coca-Cola.
Coca Cola.
I should actually open up one of my. Don't even
Oh,
go there.
what?
I caught that word in the corner of my eye, Larry. Don't even go there.
Yeah. No, no, no. This is not Tiki Taki.
I mean, the
uh,
masturbating on airplanes was brought up once before in a live, so that one's okay. But the Pringles, no. We
no,
draw the line there.
no, no. Mm.
Ooh, I'm speedy.
Ooh, don't do that.
I thought it'd be a good idea to do 79 55.
Um, no.
What? A lot better than the ticket I got a month ago. What did he say? A friend of mine. I don't know what he said.
He says, Toga says, a friend of mine actually loves just Coca Cola, but he always orders the Pepsi in the restaurants because he doesn't want to yell like, I want.
An 8
The
ball?
C word. Well, no. I want I want the C word. And then he said, laugh my butt off.
An 8 ball.
I guess that's one way of putting it.
That is another name for it.
Yeah.
I gotta check something. I will be right back.
Uh oh. Chicken stuff may not be good. Chicken stuff may be good. Depends. So, what do y'all think of my St. Patrick's Day background? My background back there. The couch is even real green, and everything's got green color to it. Of course, St. Patrick's Day is over now, but it wasn't when I started the live. Welcome back. I think
I don't have my green screen anymore. Oh, there
I
it
was gonna
is.
say I see your beautiful truck.
It seemed to get
Larry,
open.
what don't you like? Oh, I know what he likes. He likes fuzzy tacos. Fuzzy tacos.
The fish taco.
Mm. Okay, so I don't know. Yeah, yeah.
Hey, whatever floats his boat, and it may be water.
Millie likes it. She says it's absolutely beautiful.
It is. I mean, I do. I like it, but the top of it's kind of blended in too much together. But other than that, the
Uh,
different pictures of the trucks.
oh yeah. Well,
If they would have had like a black lines in there to do the outlines and stuff, I think you know. But no, it
kind of
does
like
look
on the
good.
big truck.
Yeah,
Yeah, I agree. It would have helped, but what do you
would have
expect
helped,
with
but
AI?
it does look good
I got a spooky one too that I use whenever I'm doing my late nights on TikTok.
when you're not nannered.
Hey, so far I've been
Hey,
winning those appeals.
you know what? I have not won an appeal yet, so. But I didn't even have my
I have
account
been
back.
nannered. I have been nannered 3 times, and every single time it's been while I've been on a Cheetos live. And like I said, we're slowly weaning out the bad ones, but of course they always come back with a fake account.
Yeah,
TikTok
but
needs to
no,
really work on something like that.
yeah, but no. Um, yeah, I didn't even have my one account back for not even 36 hours, and it was nannered again. You were in there for that one.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because we were all talking, and all of a sudden, bye bye went the host. It's like, what the heck?
Yeah.
Larry says, I like any tacos as long as it's soft taco. Hmm.
Nah, no,
Well,
not taking that one.
well, considering he only has one set of teeth, yeah, well, if that's the kind of tacos he wants, okay. All right.
Ooh,
Well, now,
I
now
think
I'm going to ask him this. I'm going to ask him this. Answer appropriately. Do you prefer nice warm tacos that are delicious, or do you prefer refrigerated ones
moist.
that are stale?
He likes the moist tacos.
He likes the cold, moist ones. and it's dried out and frozen.
Frozen.
It says warm tacos.
You know what, Larry? I think out of all the
Toga
times
gets it.
he does.
Yeah, he laughed at that one.
So I honestly, we're on the subject of tacos now. Larry, how long have you been up here in North Dakota? I don't think I've taken you to a Taco John's yet.
We have some of those down here in the south too.
Oh, do you? I don't know how
Yeah,
far south they go. That's why I said
yeah, we've
that.
got a few of them. And Larry says, "No sour cream." Oh, you don't like sour cream with your tacos.
That's wrong.
Millie
I
says,
mean,
"Wow."
right? Don't worry, girl. I'm in the same boat as you. Wow.
He says, "Nope," but he's been to one.
Okay. Well, then never mind. Fuck, if we don't. Sorry. Language.
They're far
My
enough
bad.
along. I don't think it's gonna matter.
Um, if
Oh,
I.
you poor man. They don't have woofle houses up there.
No, we don't have Waffle Houses.
Aw, there you go. You need to get a franchise if one started up that way, and you'll be making some big money.
Dude, we just got a freaking Chick fil A up here
How do you fillet your chick?
with a knife. I know what's wrong with it. It ain't got no gas in
Right. Oh. Larry says very carefully. Millie says, I haven't been to a Waffle House since 2018.
it. Yeah, Larry just wants to butter them biscuits.
Toga says, all of them kept bankrupt in here. I miss some nice waffles. You had Waffle
We
Houses
all
over there too?
we like waffles as long as they're not blue.
I didn't know they had Waffle Houses over there.
Oh, dude, there's a lot of franchise stuff over there that we have over here. But the thing is, in my opinion, like going to McDonald's in Canada is a lot better than a McDonald's in the United States. At
Only you, Larry.
truckersonly.com.
Toga sent you something there, Millie.
You get slowly on the road at truckersonly.com.
Toga says to Millie, at least you still remember the date. I don't even remember when I ate the waffle as the last one. Ate the waffle as the last time. Yeah, I can say it's been a few years since I've eaten at a Waffle House.
It's been a couple years for me. Like we don't even have a Whataburger up here.
Wow. How do you live up there then?
Like a normal human being and cook our own food.
Obviously.
But I bet you we have something you don't, Grumpy, in Bismarck. Big boy.
Snow. Well, Big Boy Burgers. I don't think I've
Uh-huh.
seen one around. There used to be one in I think Oklahoma City a long time ago, but I don't think it lasted long.
There's only four in existence in the United States: Bismarck, and then the other three are in California.
Really, it must have been something else I was thinking then, because I could have sworn
No, they used to be. They used to be all over.
oh, they're just not very popular nowadays. Oh my, Grumpy's getting tired. Larry says the last
What?
time he eaten one was October last year.
What
Oh, we're
is
gonna
that?
chit
Big
chat for
boy.
about 7 more minutes.
Okay. Big Boy was a food chain, like a fast food restaurant, like an old school diner, like cruising diner. There you go.
Yep, and
Have you ever watched Austin
he held out in his hand a serving tray with a burger on it.
with a giant burger on it? Yeah,
Hmm. And he had a
and
checkered, like a red and white checkered um, chef vest,
apron,
not vest, but apron
apron.
on. Yeah.
Have you ever seen the movie Austin Powers?
Hmm.
There's a big boy on there.
Yeah, there's a big boy on there. All right. His name is False Bastard. I had to go there.
Now on my baby back ribs,
Chili's baby back
baby
ribs.
back ribs. I take crap bigger than
Get in
you.
my belly.
And faces
Uh,
I corn bigger than my.
you know what's sad? I don't remember. I think I shared this with you and Larry one night on the phone. That fella that played that part, the mini me,
Yeah, Bird.
he was raised here. Yeah, he was raised here in Oklahoma. His parents actually live here. He was adopted, but you know they lived here in Oklahoma, and he would come out here and see them during the holidays. And he didn't openly admit letting anybody know this up until the last little bit of time before he left.
Yeah.
Before he passed. And then he openly made a video, and you can find it on. You can, I think, you can still find it on YouTube, where he did the video with his dad and stuff whenever they were setting up either Thanksgiving or Christmas dinner. I can't remember, but he helped his mother and all that, so it was really good. I mean, and I think he knew that something was going on then, and he didn't want to come out and tell anybody or tell his family. That's why he came out and spent that time and did a video with them, because he'd never done that openly ever.
Right.
So, but
Yeah, I used to watch him on Facebook a lot
mm,
on the Facebook Reels.
yeah, I liked his little mode of transportation.
Yeah,
Little bitty car. It was cool. He'd go out and check his mail and everything with it. I forgot how tall he was, but he wasn't very tall. He wasn't even 3 foot tall, I don't think.
oh, there, get in my belly.
Mm, yeah, in the Bronx. Sounds awesome. Heck yeah, get in my belly. Get in my belly. Oh my
I'm
goodness. This has been
sorry,
fun, guys.
I'm farted.
Uh,
Now I got movie lines stuck in my head.
good. That'll keep you going the rest of the night.
I got an hour 47 minutes before I gotta go drop these cows off. Or 6 bulls, sorry.
You're welcome. Toga
Larry,
says, it was an excellent conversation with all you legends again. Thanks for my laughter. Stay happy out there, folks. It's been wonderful having you too as well, Toga. I'm glad you were able to be with us with the entire live, my friend. And you never know. Grumpy may do this again one night. I may do it through StreamYard next time so I can invite, a few more of my friends in a little easier now that I know how this operation works. But yeah, same to you, Toga. Prayers be with all everybody. Toga says do it often.
it was fun. I mean, it'd be kind of cool if we could figure out how to get more than just two people on here.
You're welcome for the invite there, Millie. I was sending out invites to my friends and everything, and you were one of my friends, so I figured I'd invite you as well. Glad you could
Wait,
join.
you're my
Wait, what?
friend? You're my friend?
I don't know anymore. Talking about Mile High Club things and stuff. I don't know. I'm gonna have to disown you.
oh, oh, you want? Hold on, hold on. I know the one thing. I know one thing that'll get you to disown me. You want to hear one more useless fact?
I'm scared.
You better be getting knocked up on a pull-out couch.
Funny. You're hilarious. Yes, Toga. You don't have to buy StreamYard, by the way. Only difference with the paid version is having more guests than six, just that. The other thing is being able to do an intro and outro video like you've seen on some of mine. It don't allow you to do that if you don't have the paid version. Plus, the other thing is you're stuck with a little duck up in the corner instead of having your own personal logo. Right now, with me being unemployed, I can't really afford to pay for it at $45 a month. So I kind of had to do what I had to do. That's why I thought, well, I'll try through YouTube's and see how well it is. I like it, but it's getting used to using StreamYard. It's kind of different. Had I used
Are
this
you
platform before I went over to StreamYard, it probably would have been better. What? Am I what?
are 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 you using your phone or are you using your dinosaur?
I'm using my phone.
Okay, I don't know if it's available for phone. I will have to do a little bit of research, but if you use your computer, um,
Hmm.
Stream Labs, I think.
Yes, I already checked into it. It cost a little bit of money. It's
No, 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 no.
mm,
Stream Labs doesn't cost anything.
oh yes, it does.
I never had
It's
to pay
the-
for it.
they have something that works very similar to StreamYard, which I checked in on it. I also checked on the one Boss Man was talking about. The price differences are a little bit cheaper, but mm,
Well,
if I'm going to
actually,
do it, if I'm going to pay for it, I'll just stay with StreamYard.
what you could do is Discord, which I'm still working on your thing,
I Toga, I did
and
check
then
on OBS, and yes, it is. It is. You have to be very savvy to be able to understand how it works. I'm savvy and learn quickly, but I'd have to watch some videos on it first to kind of get an
yes,
idea how to operate
that
it.
was that was the other thing too, because you could use Discord, have that
Hmm.
linked up to your OBS, and then your OBS will
Hmm.
stream it to um, uh, this platform.
Right. Like I said, I seen it. And I was playing with it a little bit, but
If you
I run
if you need,
Linux. I run Linux, so it makes a little difference now
I was
because I
gonna
got
say
tired of Microsoft.
if you need help with OBS, hit me up. I know that software very well.
Yeah, hit you up. Sure. Every time,
You have
whenever,
my
I
phone
mean, you
number.
just, I know, but usually you're asleep whenever I'm awake, and, you know, that works out well.
After late afternoon, evenings are the best time to get a hold of me.
I'll see. Like I said, I'm going to tinker with it some more and check it out because it was some interesting looking software, but I want to get the hang of it to be able to use it. And I'm pretty software savvy. It just takes time with tinkering with it and watching videos on seeing what to do with it. Same way with StreamYard. I mean, I got more things on it that I started learning, and I still haven't got hankering on it. That's one reason why I keep my co-host around for that. But anyhow, it's been fun, folks. I've enjoyed the evening, early morning, but honestly, I need to go ahead and call it a night. And hey, Toga, hit me up on my email, man, if you ever need to. Um, it should be attached to my YouTube channel. So, yeah, hit me up with an email one of these days if you need to, or talk to me if you know of any other possibilities of software that might work for me. I'd appreciate it. Everybody, be safe out there and have a wonderful night. It's been fun. Enjoyed everybody. And we'll try to do this another night whenever I got time. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But if it is, throw it away and buy a new one. Good night.